Rakaya says she suffered years of abuse at the hands of her mother, Tashima. And just last year, after a long road to forgiveness, she finally allowed Tashima to be part of her 3-year-old daughter's life. But 2 months ago, the unthinkable happened. Rakaya picked her daughter up from her mother's house and noticed a burn mark on her leg. Now Rakaya believes her mother has gone back to her abusive ways and intentionally burned her child. Watch this. Rakaya, tell me.
Steve, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I hate that woman. My mother is a liar. She's a manipulator. She's evil. She's wicked. She's a narcissist. You cannot believe anything my mother is saying. She's known to tell lies. She's known to do wicked stuff. She abused me, so I know for a fact she burnt my child. And even seeing her put on this show right now even solidifies it. Those tears are fake. My mother is a liar. She abused me for years. She used to smother me. She used to give me the treatment. She used to do all types of cruel and unusual punishments to me. She used to put a pillow over my face. It could be a pillow, it could be a blanket, it could be a bag, anything that she could use to put over my face, and she called it the treatment. I didn't even know that it was a punishment. It was something wicked until I went to school, and they said that's not nothing normal. You're being smothered. I got her, and I seen a scar. I thought that it was just a scrape or something. I didn't say anything to 2 days later. She said 2 weeks. She's a liar. She starts calling me the B word, all types of whores and things like that. My mother's calling me all types of cruel and unusual things because she knows for a fact what she did to my child, because I know she did it because she did it to me. She did worse to me.
And this happened 2 months ago that your daughter got burned.
Yes. I know a lot of young mothers who wouldn't put their child through that stuff, and I let her back into my daughter's life, and to see my mother doing this to me on TV is crazy. Like, I didn't even know. I thought I was coming here to address trauma from my childhood. I thought I was coming here to address what she done to me, and she's getting up here and she's saying I did foul stuff to my daughter.
Would you say she abused you the whole time she raised you?
Yeah, I left my mom's house when I was 14 years old. Out of all, I have 16 siblings. I was the only one to speak up. I was the only one to go into the system, and I'm still speaking up for myself to this day, so her tears mean nothing to me. I hate that lady. She's wicked. She's evil. She's really a cruel person, and she's going to go to hell for everything she did to me, everything she's still putting me through to this day. I still can't have a relationship with her. I can't even talk to my mom. I'm supposed to be able to talk to her and vent to her about stuff. I have nobody. I let her back into my life because I had nobody. When my daughter was 2, she didn't see my child until she was 2 years old. That's how much we just not got along, because I couldn't get over what she done to me. I can't talk to her without bringing it up.
That's exactly what I was trying to get to. So I'm going to take your word. And, you say that your mother was very abusive to you. At 14, you went to the system because you don't want to be with your mother anymore. How did she come back into your life?
I was going through a tough time with the person I had my kid by, and I didn't have nobody because she was the only one I could turn to. I called my mother. I apologized, even though I didn't feel like I was wrong.
You apologized to her?
Yeah, I called
What did you apologize for?
For whatever I did. Like, for whatever I did to make her hate me. Like, I'm just trying to get her to, for whatever I did to make her not want to be around me, to do the stuff that she did to me. I was saying, sorry, Mom. I love you, and I hope you forgive me. And then she started coming over. She came over this already 2 by this point. Is 3 now. It's only a year later.
Your daughter is at 2 years old when you allow your mother back in her life?
Yeah.
Or, allow her to meet her.
What I do with my daughter, I would never. She said, don't repeat the mistakes that I made. I would never repeat the mistakes that she made.
Did it go well for a while?
For like a month, and then she just started acting crazy. Like, she starts doing weird stuff like, this is my daughter now, and stuff like that. Like, she's acting sociopathic. Like, it lasted for a month, it was going good. After that, it wasn't going good. I kept getting pneumonia. I'm picking my daughter up. She's losing weight. One time I picked her up, I dropped her off 15 pounds. It was not 15, like 30 something. I picked my daughter up and she was below weight. When I took her to the hospital, they're like, she was just here 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Like, what are y'all not feeding my child? She told me to give my daughter NyQuil. It wasn't until a friend told me, like, don't give your child NyQuil. You shouldn't be doing that. And I was like, well, my mom said she did it. And she's like, well, look how y'all turned out.
What happened over your daughter's birthday?
So on my daughter's birthday, for the last 3 years, I have made every birthday special because I never got a birthday. I never got a holiday. I never got nothing. So for 3 years, I have been making my daughter's birthday the best birthday ever. I've been doing whatever I can. So on October 5th, I'm sorry. Listen, on October 5th, I bought, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it out.
You can get it out. Take your time. Just whatever you
On
feel
October
like doing.
5th, I bought my daughter candy trays. I spent like $400 on gifts, and I threw her a party. And my mother was supposed to bring my child on October 5th to come to her party, and she said, I'll be there at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock comes, she did not bring my baby. So my daughter didn't get a third birthday, and that really hurts my heart. It's because I never had a birthday. I never had nothing. On my birthday, she locked me in the basement, and she beat me because she said that which is me, did stuff to her. She's a liar. My mom is wicked. So she never brought my baby, but she called the police on me around 10 or 11 o'clock, maybe midnight, because she's like, you need to come get this child from my house right now. And I'm like, Mom, you were supposed to bring her at 4 o'clock for her party. Why do I have to come get my baby if you said you was going to bring my child at 4? First it was, I don't like that you smoke marijuana in your home. I don't want to have the party up there. And then it's like, I'm coming. I'm going to bring your child to come to her party, and she never came. So my daughter had no birthday. The candy trays melted. I had pictures and everything of all the gifts and stuff that I bought. And even still, I picked my daughter up at midnight when she called the police and I had to find a ride. I have no car because I still wanted my daughter to have a birthday. She came home, she opened up every gift. So she ain't stopped nothing. Her child never had no birthday. I never had no birthday. I never had a holiday. I had abusiveness and I had a wicked mother. My child would never. She talking about not repeating a cycle. I can't repeat no cycle, baby. I'm better than you.
So, whose idea was it to come on the show?
My mom's.
And you were under the impression you were coming here for what?
To talk about my childhood trauma. And then,
with her?
Yeah.
You didn't think that she was going to come on and say
about
that
my
you're
daughter?
a bad mom?
No. I would never think she would play with my child like that. After putting me through years of abuse and me letting you back in my life and me giving you the opportunity to be with your grandchild who you supposed to love so dearly, I would never think that she would come on here and play with me as a mother and my child like that, because anybody who knows me knows my character.
And she called CPS on you?
Yeah, she's called CPS on me twice. I've had 3 reports altogether. I'm pretty sure the last report was her too.
What does she say that you do? My
house is dirty. I don't have any food. She's saying that I'm putting my hands on my child, that my daughter doesn't have clothes, mental health.
Your mother also believes that you burned your daughter.
I would never burn my child. I would never do anything to harm my child. I'm a better mother than she would ever be. So for her to say anything like that about me, that's sick. She got me messed up.
Now, your mother also believes that you're selling your daughter for sex.
I would never sell my daughter. And see, this is why I would never mess with her. After today, whether you pass your lie detector test or fail, I would never be in your face. I would sell my child for sex. It's crazy to me.
That's what I'm saying. How do you move past this with your mother?
I can't move past, and I move past way worse, Steve. Way worse.
It was your mom's idea to come on the show, and she's like, hey, we're going to come on Steve Wilkos show. You're under impression you're going to talk about what she did to you. She was abusive to you. You were put in the system at 14. You then have a child. You reach back out to your mom for support and love and guidance, what like a lot of people naturally would do with their mother. But you get here and it's a whole different story. You find out that your mom's making accusations against you, that you're a terrible mother, selling your child for sex. Unfortunately for you, Rakaya, I got a bad piece of news for you. Your mother left this morning. She was here. She changed her mind about doing the show, and she left.
Well, she can leave and
this
die.
is a little clip of her. We filmed her leaving. What if she was here right now? What would you say to her?
I would say you're a sad excuse for a mother. You don't deserve kids. You never deserved to have me. You're a horrible person. You really went on here and said all that, and she couldn't even go through with it. Look at you, running out. She's so sick of herself.
It's real easy to throw this mud at you and then this morning say, huh, I better get out of here. You know, but she did sign the release. She did take the lie detector test. But And this is where I think, like, you abandon your child again. Like, you're not from here, right?
No.
So you come here, your mom comes here with you, and then it's her idea to come here and do the show, and then she says, without even saying goodbye to you, I'm out of here. And she just leaves. Like, let me tell my daughter I'm not gonna do the show. Let me tell my daughter I'm gonna leave. Like, no. She just left. But we got her lie detector results. And your mom refused to answer the questions about her daughter and said that she was here for the alleged burn to her granddaughter. So she wouldn't ask anything, she wouldn't answer anything about what she did to you.
Are you serious? She's sick.
She just took off. So it's not somebody who really wants to prove their innocence.
If I was a mother and I did stuff like that to my child, I wouldn't answer either if I knew I was going to fail a lie detector test about it.
I'd say this, if someday, if either of my kids feel about me the way you feel about your mom, I would feel as a failure as a parent.
And she is a failure as a parent. Yeah. And that's why I'm working hard to be better than she ever was. I'm working hard to give my child more than she ever gave me.
So we did ask her, did you intentionally burn your granddaughter's leg? She answered no. Do you know for sure how your granddaughter received the burn to her leg? She answered no. The results for those two questions came back the same. And it came back to those two questions, your mother told the truth. I would have really liked to meet your mother. Unfortunately, I won't get the opportunity.
She could have manipulated you just how she did me.
I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty good at getting past people's. You stuck around, and we got your lie detector results. Rakaya, we asked you, did you intentionally burn your daughter's leg? You answered no. Do you know for sure how your daughter received the burn on her leg? You answered no. Did you ever use your daughter to receive money in exchange for sexual acts? You answered no. Did you ever leave your daughter unattended in the presence of fentanyl or any other illegal drugs? You answered no, and to all the questions, the results came back the same, and it came back that Rakaya told the truth.
We knew that was going to happen.
So, see this camera right here? I want you to look in that camera and pretend like you're talking to your mom if she was here right now.
Mom, you can never talk to me. You can never see my child. You can never even come near me. And for you to say you hope I don't repeat the same mistakes as you, I would never. I'm better than you. I'm a better woman than you. I'm a better mother than you. And my child will have more than you will ever be able to give your kids. You can't take back what you did. You can't take back what you did.
And I just want to say to your mother, Tashima, you robbed me of the chance of throwing your ass off my stage. Rakaya, I want to thank you for coming here today. I know mothers are so important in everybody's life, and unfortunately, you don't have one. I'm sorry for that, but you need to be the best mom you could be for your daughter so that someday when your daughter grows up, she says, I had the best mom. Okay? Teresa and James have children together, and she loves them, but she calls him a bum. You see, she believes he's cheating with her own sister, Loretta. And Teresa and Loretta's mother, Linda, says James has even come on to her. But James says Teresa's the cheater who's had sex with 70-year-old men. However, Teresa says it's not cheating if she's getting paid. Watch this.
But I called because I wanted to prove to her, like, I'm not sleeping with him. Like, this has to stop, you know?
Why does she think you're having sex with him?
Because, like, some situations I'll defend him if she asks me my opinion.
But he's never came out and said, hey, let's hook up, or...
I don't remember him saying that. Like, I remember showing her a text of him saying, like, him calling me beautiful or something like that.
Yeah.
But, like, he never said, let's go jump in bed together, anything like that.
How about the texts he sends your mom?
You know, I wasn't aware of, like, that. Like,
Yeah,
I heard.
I got some
heard.
here. I would have been on your ass in college. You would have been mine. You're not tiny anymore. You're very voluptuous, tasty looking, unique, beautiful, smart, super sexy, and you're not possessive. You looked amazing.
Yo.
I mean, who talks to their mother-in-law like that?
I don't know. It's insane. But
So, like, you hear that, maybe your sister's got a point in some of these arguments.
right, but that's why she shouldn't be with him if she feels like he's cheating. He's not cheating
Do you
with me, or
ever
he's not cheating with me or
But
my
do you
mom.
ever say to, because she says he's also a bum, right? Mm-hmm. Do you ever say to your sister, maybe you need to not be with a bum?
Well, yeah, I tell her all the time, like, if you're not happy at all, if he's not doing anything to support you, or if you think he's sleeping with me or mom, why are you with him?
Right. She has sex with 7-year-old men?
I guess so. I wasn't
She never
aware.
discussed, hey, I gave this guy, something.
We're not close.
I might have to bring it up with her.
I mean, it's out in the open now, and it's pretty embarrassing.
Sex with old men in diapers. Let's meet your sister, Teresa.
And I know you're having sex with James because you're a whore.
You're delusional. Like, you're absolutely delusional.
I see what I see. Anything I tell you that this man does wrong, you don't want to hear it. It falls on deaf ears.
Okay.
So you really believe your sister's having sex with your man?
I honestly do. She was told about the messages about my mother. She was told about them. She was
The
shown
text
the
messages.
messages, the text messages.
So
She
that-
says she doesn't care.
Why do you stay with the guy that does that?
I just want to work things out for the family. I understand what everybody thinks. It's wrong and everything like that. But the little girl's 3 and the little boy's 2, and it's a shame.
You're kids with him.
Yes, it's a shame to have a broken family.
But well, yeah, it's a shame to have a broken family, but most women, like if I'm sending my mother-in-law texts like, man, that ass is fine, and
Yeah.
I don't think my wife is gonna stay with me.
No.
No. So I'm asking you, why do you?
I guess I am still in love with him, and in my mind, I do believe that there's a chance that he could change or maybe get some
How
help
long you been with him?
counseling. 6 years this April. It's been
Okay.
6 years.
Yeah, and you have 2 kids.
Right, so
and you're
I'm
still waiting for
hopeful.
him to change.
Unfortunately,
Does he work?
he's had 3 jobs
I'm
over the
asking
last
you,
3
does he
years.
work?
Not now. No.
Why are you with the bum for?
He's good to the kids. You know what I mean?
What about you?
No.
Hello?
No.
Shouldn't he be good to you?
Yes,
You gave him a 3-way
that's right.
with your friend.
Yep. And they continue to sleep with each other behind my back.
There you go. Why did you agree to give him a 3-way?
We were finishing up
Was
our...
it Happy Bums Day? What?
We were finishing up our threesome, and my friend, she had asked me, can I finish off with him by myself? So I said, sure. I'm going to get dressed and get in my car and go to the store. By the time I come back, I'm sure you guys will be done. And that was the only time I ever gave permission.
Why'd you give him a threesome, though?
I thought in my mind, as a woman, maybe if I do this with him, he won't go and get it anywhere else.
Now, you have sex with older men, right?
It's just Steve, and it takes care of my family. And it takes care of my family. But he doesn't pay for anything. He doesn't pay for anything. So let's be mindful. You know what I'm saying?
It's just oral sex.
That's it.
And
I take some of them to the store. Yeah, I can change some of their diapers. I help them with their walking canes.
You don't feel bad about yourself doing this?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you I don't. I'd be lying.
You got a smile on your face, though.
I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean?
It seems like you're lying a little bit.
You have to make light out of every situation.
Do you make
in
a lot of
life.
money doing that?
I make a good amount, enough to get by.
Yeah.
I can pay my rent.
Yeah.
I can pay my
Well,
light bill.
Don't you feel like you have to basically turn to prostitution to support your family because your husband or whatever he is to you, the father of your children, doesn't work?
Right.
And this is a man you say, that's mine.
Right. I think that he needs a lot of help. I'm
Do
going
you
to
hear
try to
what I'm
get him the
saying?
help before
Do
I have
you?
to get rid of
Do
him.
you? Like, what
It's
woman
sad.
says, yeah, that's what I want?
Nobody. It's
But
something
you.
but you get caught up in it over the years. So
You don't think that he slept with your mom, right?
I'm not sure. I don't believe so, but
You
I mean, I don't
even
put it
trust
past him.
What about your mom?
I don't think she would do that. I don't think she would do that. Like, I might not think my sister would do that, but I believe she did.
Okay.
I believe.
So you're not even here to really find out if he's cheating on you. You're really here to find out if your sister slept with your man.
Yes, I already know that he's cheating. There's nothing that would make me believe, honestly,
What could
that
he
he's
do?
not sleeping with everyone else.
What could he do that you'd say, okay, that's it, I'm out of here?
Probably get me locked up.
If he got- if he got-
I'd probably be done.
If he got you arrested.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
Well,
because
let's-
it's strange.
let's
That's it.
meet him. Let's
Mike
meet
can only
James.
take so much. Can only take so much. I feel like an animal.
How you doing, James?
And I know you're sleeping with her. I know you are. I just
my
know
God.
it.
What are you talking about?
You
I'm
know
not
you're
sleeping with
sleeping
your
with
sister.
her. You told me you'd rather have kids with her than me. You wish you would have got her pregnant and not me.
Well, that's a fairy tale.
Who says that to somebody after they have kids together?
No, I ain't tell her that, man.
You didn't say, I wish I would have got your sister pregnant?
No.
You said it to
Well,
me.
I mean, what about these text messages that you sent to her mom? I would have been on your ass in college. You look amazing. You know, blah, blah, blah. You say all these things. Why did you send that to her mom?
I was just bull crapping around, that's
No,
all.
you weren't. You can't wait to sleep with my mom. You think she's gonna want to be with you? No.
Hold on,
is it-
Steve, hold on,
hold
Steve.
on. Is it a stretch to believe if you're sending her mother inappropriate texts, is it really hard for us to imagine that you're saying, yeah, I wish I would have had kids with your sister?
I don't know, but she told me to have sex with her mom one time. She told me.
Okay. Did you say that?
No. I
She,
said,
you did, you liar. You told her to take 45
I
minutes
said.
out, go downstairs with James, and he'll show you a good time. And she said, she came to me,
Did you do that?
I was joking around with my mom.
And her
She
mom
was
came-
getting crazy.
and her mom came to me,
I was
and
joking
said,
around.
James, I would do it, but my...
You ever
my
sleep with the sister?
No, I never slept with Loretta.
Okay. And she says she hasn't either. Why
I don't
why
know about
don't
that, man.
why don't you work?
Huh? Because of her.
That's not true.
I was working at all these places, right? She DM people on Facebook. Oh, that's my man, send them pictures of me, all that stuff.
Yeah, I did that, but the last job was a trash company, and you got fired because your levels of weed was too high. They wouldn't do it.
That's why I smoke.
They fired
That's
them.
why I smoke.
I try to call them back. We
Okay,
try to talk.
but-
They're
but
not
you're-
having that.
You're with a woman that takes care of older men, changes their diapers, helps them, they're on walkers, whatever, and she performs sex acts on them for money. How does that make you feel as a man?
I've been told I wanted to stop once I found out. After she told me she was a home health aide and changed diapers and
But when
taking
you
That was
found
almost
that
6
out,
years ago.
You didn't say, if you do that again, I'm leaving,
Yeah, I told her that.
but you're still around.
And how many times I left and she sent the cops to everywhere I was at.
And the
Get the
cops
hell
made you
outta
come
here.
back?
No, they just harassing me. I'm tired of being harassed, so I'm just
The cops
stuck.
aren't just going to go to everywhere. He's had to bring him back because I slammed down and said so.
Did
They're
you-
not doing
hey,
that.
Hey, you ever watch the Springer Show back in the day? Mm-hmm. Right? Did you ever watch the show and say, those people are crazy, man?
Yeah.
And then, what do you think you look like up here?
Those people. Those Springer people. I would have been one of those people years ago.
Yeah, nobody watched the Springer Show says, I want to be just like that. She was nice enough to give you a threesome, right? Mm-hmm. And did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
It was great?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you kept sleeping with that girl.
Only one time.
Well,
That's
one
a
time
lie.
too many,
Why?
right?
You didn't just sleep with her one time. You kept going over to her apartment.
I never been there.
Yes, you
You
have.
accused me of going there.
No, you were talking about me to her.
Do you see yourself together long term?
I don't know, man.
They love each other, Steve. They can't get enough of each other.
I don't know how you live like this.
tired.
What's the oldest guy that you do sexual favors for?
80.
80.
They're nice and they help me out.
Yeah.
The older, the better.
You see how off the rails your life has jumped off the rails? That you think this is normal, that it's okay?
No.
So you kind of got to get back to that place where you don't accept things like that. Okay. Loretta came here, took a lie detector test, and we asked her, have you ever had sexual intercourse with James? She answered no. Have you ever had sexual contact with James? She answered no. The results came back the same, and it came back that Loretta told the truth.
I was gonna say I'm more than willing to be a grown woman and apologize to you.
You gotta apologize to me
It's
too.
very strange that you do keep sticking up for him, though. It's just disheartening.
You can't
Even
ever,
though that may not be true.
you
It's
can't-
just, it
you
is
cannot
strange.
ever accuse me of sleeping with anybody you deal with ever again. And I just need an apology. Like, I just had to get that off my chest.
I apologize.
I'm sorry,
You will never hear that from me again.
Okay.
And thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
I apologize for you not sleeping with my sister. But who else did you sleep with? Who else? You're not passing the whole lie detector test. No, you're not.
James took a lie detector test, and we asked him, have you ever had sexual intercourse with a friend from the threesome without Teresa's knowledge or permission? He answered no. Have you ever had sexual contact with that friend from the threesome without Teresa's knowledge or permission? You answered no. The results came back the same, and it came back that he told the truth.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Have you ever had sexual intercourse with Loretta? He answered no. Have you ever had sexual contact with Loretta? He answered no. Results came back and he told the truth.
Oh my God.
While in a relationship with Teresa, other than that friend, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman? He answered no. While in a relationship with Teresa, other than that friend, have you had sexual contact with any other woman? He answered no. Results came back the same to each question, and it came back that James told the truth.
Oh my God. Yeah, I gotta really take that in.
It's one of the few times I've ever done the show where I read that result and say, is that a good thing? Because it almost makes him like he's a good guy. Like he's not cheating on you. But my thing is, he's a bum. And I'm not trying to be mean to you, but like you're not taking care of your family the way a man should take care of his family.
Right.
You're going out, you're degrading yourself, okay? You're doing something that nobody should have to do to support their family, okay? Okay, he's not cheating, but he's inappropriate at the very least, making those comments to your mother. I'm not trying to break you up, I really am not, but you will get what's coming to you if you allow that to happen. Do you ever want it to stop?
I do.
Well, then say something to him.
What can we do? It's
All right,
weird.
When I get my job, can you not send text messages and pictures of me and you in bed to the managers and stuff?
Yeah, I won't do it.
So I can keep the job?
I won't do it.
All right.
I won't do it anymore. I won't do it.
I wish you luck. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you. Marilyn and Nadia say their relationship with their father, Clarence, has always been estranged because of his doubts about being their dad. And Marilyn says that he wasn't just absent, he was also abusive. However, Clarence says his doubts and his tough ways were justified after finding out that Marilyn was having sex with an older man for money, which she denies.
Of course I denied you. You whooped me. You beat me. for something that I did not do. You accused me of going with this man and having sex with him and getting money off of it like a prostitute, and I was 12 years old. I needed guidance. I needed a dad. I needed someone to talk to me. I did not mess with that man. I went and got some food because I was hungry, because he left us in the house by ourselves with no food, no nothing. It's not fair, Steve, that my husband has to pick up the pieces that my dad broke me into. My husband is putting me back together. He's doing what my dad should have done for me. Yes, I put that on Facebook because you beat me. And you told me that I was not your daughter first. He was telling me that since I was a little kid, that, oh, you're not mine. Everybody in the family, rumors were going around saying that I wasn't his. Did he ever come to me and say, hey, because he heard the rumors, did he ever come to me and say, hey, don't believe that. I'm your dad. I love you. Whatever it said, I love you. No, he never came and told me any of that.
So this big beating that he gave you, you were 12 years old, right?
Yes.
After that happened, did you have a relationship with your father?
No, I did not. That was the last time that I would ever allow him to put his hands on me. You won't even get the chance to even see me to do that.
Did you have sex with an older guy for money?
No, I did not, Steve. That's ridiculous. 12 years old? Do you really think that I would be out here having sex at 12 years old? I was watching Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney. Like, what do I look like thinking about going to go have sex for money?
Why did he was so adamant about that you did that?
Because he's a liar, he's a manipulator, and he don't want to face the fact that he beat me because he really felt like I was not his.
Your father, Clarence.
How dare you? How dare you? No, you won't touch me. You won't hit me ever again. You're not gonna do nothing to me. You're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do nothing to me.
I whooped your ass. You was 12 years old and you got in the car with a grown
I did not get in the car.
with
I
my
didn't have sex
toddler
with
daughter.
him. I was
You
hungry.
got in the car with him. You got in the car. I rolled out the
I
wrong
didn't
time
have
looking
sex.
for you.
I didn't have sex with him though, Dad.
I rolled out the wrong time
It don't
looking for
matter.
you.
I didn't have sex with him.
When I went to my mama's house looking for you. You sitting here lying to these people like I'm a bad dad.
You didn't have to
I
whoop
whooped
me.
your ass. I
You
didn't
didn't
know
have to
nothing
whoop
about
me
no
like
shit.
that.
When I found you, I asked you where was you. You
I
said he
said-
gave me some money.
I
You
did
said
not
he
say that. That
gave
is
you
lying.
some money.
Steve, he is
I
lying.
Said, I said, so you got in the car. All the other kids seen him when they dropped you off. I said,
I went
get
to get
your
something to
ass in here.
I went to get something to eat.
Dad, I didn't do anything, Dad. He just bought us some food, Dad.
I went to get something
He's
to
a
eat.
grown man.
I went to
I
get
pulled
something to
my
eat.
belt out. I started to whoop you. You said,
Whoop
I
me
ain't
now.
your dad.
Whoop me now. 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 Whoop me now.
So,
My daughter will not be a hoe on my couch.
so my question is, you saw your daughters in the car with this man.
He dropped her.
You saw.
No, all the other kids, and she even admitted to me.
Did you see them in the car with the
I
man?
went looking for where I couldn't find her.
Okay, but why whip her so savagely if she's a 12-year-old girl?
She got in the car, Steve,
I know what she. I know. I heard the story.
with a grown
Why not
man.
find the man and whip his ass?
I look for him. I look for him. Didn't you just hear me say I look for him? I roll all around town
Were you a good provider to your children?
Always.
Because she's telling the story that her
She
and her
lied. She
sisters.
lied to all of y'all. I only whooped you one time in my whole
And it was a
life.
horrible time.
I whooped you one time
And it
in
was
my
horrible.
whole
And it was
life.
horrible. And it scarred me for the
I
rest of my life.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
Do you get in the you 12 years old, you get in the car
I
with a
needed
grown
you.
ass man.
I needed you.
I'ma whoop
I
your
needed
ass
you.
and his
I
ass
needed
too.
you. I needed you. I was a kid.
I'm gonna whoop that.
He
I'm
was
gonna
a
whoop.
grown
My
man.
daughter will not grow up to be no tramp. You ain't gonna go out this house. She still went out the house. I went looking for the guy. I looked for him. I caught up with him. He said, man, I don't want no trouble. I didn't know that was your daughter.
You didn't call the police?
I I didn't know what was what.
Well, but a guy's picking up 12-year-old girls.
I didn't, like you say, I didn't see that. I went to
Yeah,
court.
but he admitted that he did it.
No, he admitted that he took them to go get something to eat.
That's like me driving on the street,
Right.
seeing a 12-year-old girl and saying, hey, jump in. I should be arrested for that.
Correct.
Why didn't you call the police?
I didn't call the police because I was going to handle it.
What'd you do to the guy?
I didn't do anything to the guy.
Well, it doesn't sound like you handled it.
Yeah.
Steve, why would I tell you why would I tell you? Why
You
would
beat
I,
your daughter for it, but not him.
Thank you.
Why is the DNA test important?
the DNA?
You think your ex-wife cheated on you?
It's important because Marilyn needs to know that she's my daughter. She's been telling me I'm not her father.
She had
Let's
my
meet your sister, Nadia.
You doubted me this entire time? You really doubted me this entire time? And I look just like you?
Did I tell you I doubted you?
You
When did I
told
tell
me-
you that?
you
When did I
recently-
tell you that,
You
Nadia?
recently told me
I recently
this was
told
about
you
her.
that.
This was
I
about
recently-
her.
But
Why would
I didn't want you to
that
open
hurt
that
me?
can of worm up and find out
What
something.
can of worms?
What
So
you
you
mean?
saying you don't think I'm yours? You told me I didn't meet you
told
till
you
you
it's
was
a
6 years old.
possibility.
You said you didn't meet me till I was 6 years old. How you think that made me feel? I didn't
What
know
you
that.
mean? What you mean? Okay, so what I'm supposed to do, go break out of jail?
I didn't know you was
Was
in
I
jail.
supposed to go break out of jail?
I didn't know you was in jail, and then you told me, "Oh, I'm opening up a
Have
can of
I ever
worms."
mistreated you?
No, you
Have
didn't.
I always been there for you?
You have,
Have
but
I
you
always
haven't
been there
got
for
the
you?
nerve. Steve
Have I
show.
ever whooped you?
If
Have
the
I
person
ever
come on
whooped
Steve
you?
show.
You gave me one whooping, and it was a tap. But when I watched you whoop
Oh,
my
it was-
sister, I made you stop. Did I not make you stop?
You
I
told
said,
me to stop.
I said, "Dad, that's enough,"
Oh,
and
I
you
stopped.
stopped.
I stopped.
With them leather gloves.
Because that
you
shows the
stopped.
favoritism.
I just got one question for you, Marilyn. Please just answer this question. If you caught your daughter getting out the car with a 26-year-old man and she 12 years old and she got her little sister and she tell you that she only got in the car with that grown man to go get something to eat and she don't even know him, what you gonna do to her?
I'm gonna tell you something,
What you
Daddy.
gonna do to her?
I'm not.
What you gonna
I'm
do
gonna
to
tell
her?
you, my daughter ain't gonna be getting in no car with no 26-year-old man.
Man,
from
I
Big
should've
12
got in the car.
Because she has a
should've
dad.
got in the car.
My daughter has a
Man,
dad.
should've got in the
My
car.
daughter has a
Man,
dad.
should've got
My
in the
daughter
car.
has a good dad.
Man,
So she will never
should've
do
got in the
nothing like
car.
that. My daughter
Man,
has a
should've
good
got in
dad.
the car.
So she will never do nothing like
Dad,
that.
Mine shouldn't have got in the
She
car.
got in that car.
Mine shouldn't have got in the
I didn't
car.
have you.
She got in that car, and what she bring us back? McDonald's. We was
So
hungry.
you're saying that's okay for a 12-year-old?
It was okay for her to get in the car and go get us some food if we hungry.
Thinking
Your
that it's
husband is sir.
okay.
Let's meet your husband.
You said you wouldn't let your kids do it.
If my daughter was 12, I have a 9-year-old with her. If she was 12, I wouldn't put my hands on her if she was going to get something to eat.
With a grown man?
I would talk to her. I'm here today to work with you. She's hurting
You would
me.
talk to your daughter
Yes, I
that
would
get
talk
in the
to her.
car with a stranger she don't know that offering her money to go buy her something to eat. You're going to let your daughter get in the car, 12 years old.
Let me ask you this. If I put my hands on her, is that going to make her talk to me? She's not going to want to talk to me after that. She's not going to want to
That
tell me
happened
anything.
before then. See, you got it wrong.
That happened. You put your hands on me because I left and got in the car with a grown man.
Right.
And went and got something to eat. And I thought it was okay at the time because I was a kid. I had no father. I had no guidance. I didn't have nobody like him who would be like,
Like
hey,
who?
you don't stand up like this.
Like who?
You wasn't you always said working in and out of jail? I said like him, like my husband, as a dad.
I'm here now to pick up the pieces. It's days where it's rough for her. She's depressed. She don't know why. It's you she's missing. She needs you here.
What you mean?
We got 3 kids. You haven't even met them. I would like for you to meet them.
Why I haven't met him? Tell me.
I don't know.
Tell
I've
me.
reached out to you one time. I don't know.
And what happened? Y'all welcome to come down here to visit me. I always wanted a relationship with you, Marilyn. You know that. I love you with all my heart. You know that. You know I die for you. You know that, Marilyn. You know I beat out there. You know that.
And I do believe you love each other because, I think you really want your
I
father's
just
love.
need my dad.
Yes.
That's what I need. I've been needing my dad.
And I think you gotta tone it down, man. If you love your daughter, maybe back off the, I'll do it again, you know, like, who cares? That's never gonna happen again because she's a grown woman and she's got a husband to protect her, okay? So, Nadia, you came here and you did a DNA test with Nadia, and Clarence, you are Nadia's father.
I told you. You got me here looking crazy, and I look just like you.
I never told you wasn't mine.
I was trying to get to it. You two currently have a relationship?
Yes.
Yeah, is it
been,
good?
It's been, you know, I would like for you to be in my kids' life. You know, you met the two oldest, but you've never met my daughter, the youngest daughter. And I would like for you to just, you know, be in your grandkids' life. I like for you to, you know, step up as a grandfather.
Clarence, you took a DNA test concerning Marilyn, and that DNA test reveals that you are Marilyn's father.
I never doubted you. I never doubted you.
I want you to be a little bit more. I want you to be a little bit more here for me. It don't matter. I want you to treat me better. I want you to apologize for you beating me. I want you to apologize.
I can't apologize because that's what it was then.
Well, I take my hug back. I take my hug back.
Really?
Yes, I
Really?
do. Because you can't be a man to apologize for putting your hands on me like that.
What I
And
did
you have
then
not
was
been here
good
for
at that
me.
time. I
You have
wouldn't do
not
that
seen
this
any of
day.
my kids.
I would
You
not
have not
want
even.
you-
You haven't even made an effort, and you knew this whole
What
time
you
that you
mean?
was
I
my
talked to
dad.
you on the phone.
You gonna sit up there and
I
go
talked
play
to you.
along? It
You
don't
called
know.
me.
No, you called me. The only time I talk to you if Nadia's on
Can I
three-way.
say one thing then? Who did you call when you and your husband just got into it on the phone and I talked to
I
you?
didn't call. Me and my husband get into it. That's a lie.
Hold on a second. If it takes to mend the relationship and make your daughter feel loved by just saying, yeah, I'm sorry.
I apologize. I'm sorry. You gonna love me? I'm sorry. I apologize. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
What about Nadia? What about Nadia?
Nadia, you know I always love you.
Are you gonna make an effort because you're the dad? Are you gonna make an effort to come see us? You have money and time that you need to be putting in.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That's real,
I'm just
real easy.
saying.
That's real easy.
That's a rich
He
man.
said okay. Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
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 Marilyn, we gave you a lie detector test. At this point, I don't even know we need to do it, but we'll do it because right now this is good. Did you have sexual intercourse with the guy that your father suspects when you were a minor? You answered no. Did you have sexual contact with the guy that your father suspects when you were a minor? You answered no. The results came back the same to each question. It came back that Marilyn told the truth.
See? See? And you had a hard time apologizing, but do you see? I never had sex with a man. That wasn't him. I never had sex with him.
Okay, what you
Okay, I never had sex with anybody during that time, so you did that for nothing.
I'm just going to say this, okay? Me and your dad are real close in age. I can't admit, like, if my 12-year-old daughter at the time got into a car with a grown man and took off, I'd probably be in prison right now, okay? I mean...
From being your daughter?
No, no,
okay,
no,
okay,
no,
I'm just
no.
making sure, Steve,
No,
okay.
no. But I'm saying I would have lost my
Yeah.
mind too. And I think sometimes when you're a dad and that fear of like, where the hell's my daughter? This is years and years ago. I said times are different. So this could be the
Okay.
first step of really getting close again. And remember, feel her pain, feel his fear.
I apologize to you all. I'm really sorry.
wanna see
I hope
the
we
new
could just
you.
have the relationship that we need. We are family.
I haven't seen him
Like
in
I
over a
told
decade.
y'all,
This is the first
like
time.
I told you when remember
First
I-
time in a decade.
Over a decade
we family,
that I have
man.
seen him.
All right,
Yeah,
hey,
We family, bro. We family, man. We family, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we don't. You know what I'm saying? We don't do this. We
Hey.
family.
you know the clock is ticking, right? Don't let another 10 years go by without seeing him.
I just said that I got more years behind me than I do ahead of
so
me.
don't waste them,
I
right?
hope you got
I'm
more
glad-
money ahead of you than you have behind you.
All right. Nice meeting you, man. Good luck. Very
Nice
nice
to
meeting
meet
you.
you.
Very nice meeting you. Where you going? Jackie claims the FBI is investigating the rape of her 3-year-old daughter. She says her daughter told her that it was Jackie's brother, Anthony, who covered her mouth to stop her from screaming, then sexually assaulted her. But it was Jackie's husband, Dalton, who was jailed for this. And to make matters worse, Jackie is currently pregnant with Dalton's baby. Now she's torn because she says she knows one of them raped her child, and she won't let Dalton move back in, nor has she spoken to Anthony since these allegations have erupted. Today, both men took lie detector tests. We'll find out the truth. Take a look.
I had gotten off work, a 12-hour shift with my husband, and we had picked up my daughter. My brother Anthony had kept her. I didn't think anything at first, but he had left, and I noticed her face was dirty, and I went to wipe it, and I noticed it was a bruise. She's kind of clumsy, so I thought, you know, maybe she fell or something. But when I asked her what happened, she had told me that somebody had hurt her tutu. She didn't tell me anything about the face. She immediately went to, somebody had hurt my tutu, and when I asked her what had happened, she said Uncle Anthony had cut her tutu with his winky and made it feel like fire.
This being your brother,
Yes.
what did you think?
How could he do this? How did this happen? Like, is there any way that that's not what this is? I mean, I went through every...
I mean, did it shock you that she said your brother?
Yes, yes. I never would have thought that he would have done this.
And what did you do after she told you
I
this?
called the authorities, and they took us to the Child Advocacy Center, and with every part of me, I was hoping that that isn't what had happened. But sadly, when she had the kit done,
They did a rape kit on her?
yeah, and she had recent vaginal tears.
So the doctor determined that she was
Recent.
assaulted sexually.
Yes.
If your daughter says to you, Uncle Anthony did this, why did they arrest your husband?
Because in the interview, she had actually named 3 people. She named 3 people, and the third person that she mentioned had actually been ruled out as a suspect because it was outside of the time frame of what they believe that tear had been given. It was that it was.
But you'd think a child would be pretty specific if it was dad, right?
Well, he didn't say. She didn't say what she called him. She said dad, and that's another reason why he was released. With his charges were dismissed. They asked her, "Did dad do this?" And then she went on dad. Well, when he was released from jail, I was like, "How?" And then he said, "Well, you said she didn't call him dad, she called him daddy." Well, they had asked her, "Did dad do this?" You know, they felt like the
And let's just say your daughter's a very young girl.
She's 3.
Okay. So, yeah, so she's 3 years old and
And
confused.
exactly, very easy to get confused. I had been made to believe that this was my husband, but the same day he was arrested, we got home and sat on the couch, and my daughter looked at me and said, "Mommy, Uncle Anthony woke me up and said, 'Time to play with your tutu.'" And I looked at her and I said, "Anthony?" Because she had said Anthony at the beginning, and then they had just arrested her dad, and I was confused. So I was mad because, first of all, now both of the people you were accusing are walking the streets around children. What do I do? Like, where do I go from here? I asked him if he would stay somewhere else until everything, because I have to protect my kids.
And he agreed?
He did.
Okay.
If he did this to my daughter, I cannot be with him.
You're going to get divorced?
I'm going to have to.
Okay. You're pregnant right now by him?
Yes.
How far along are you?
15 and some days. I'm close to 16 weeks now.
Wow. In your heart, who do you think did it?
I don't know. I have always leaned towards Anthony because that's who she said. That's who she stuck to. She shows like she is afraid of him, and his stories didn't match up. He had mentioned that there was someone outside of her window, but when they looked at the security cameras from my neighbor across the street, there was nobody at her window at any point.
How do you feel about what your brother said about you? Says you might have Munchausen disease.
Yeah, because to have Munchausen, you would have to be making something up, and
Have you ever said anything about your other kids, or do you seek attention?
I didn't say anything about my other kids that wasn't true. No, I don't seek attention. I don't get along with my family, but that has nothing to do with my daughter.
Okay, well, let's meet your brother, Anthony.
I did not rape your daughter.
Anthony, first of all, I didn't say you did. She said you did. And you can sit there and say that I'm seeking attention all you want. I didn't ask for my little girl to be raped, and I never said you did it. In fact, this whole time, I brought both of you on here. They had to corner you to get a lie detector test. He came willingly. I don't know who did it, or he wouldn't have been coming when you disagreed to come. He was coming the whole time because I don't know. I want answers. That is my baby. I don't know why she said you did it, but I can't stop what she has done. And I didn't put you on a list of suspects. You were on the list of suspects because within her rape kit, there's a time frame. And in that time frame, you had her. I didn't say, oh, my brother did it. They said, you're a suspect. You had her the night of her rape.
And so did your.
They were cleared as suspects so much so that they didn't even take their DNA. But I've already told everybody that knows that this is going on at the family that if you pass and he passes, don't think that I'm not gung-hoing for them people because I'm not doing this for attention. I'm doing it for my daughter. I wanted the lie detector test now because I can't wait 13 months for a DNA to know why my family is torn apart.
That's understandable.
Did you rape your niece?
No, sir, I did not.
You do believe that she was raped, though, right?
Yes, I do believe
Sexually assaulted.
He knows. The investigators told him.
Yeah. But I mean, there was a rape kit done.
There was a rape. I mean,
these are professional doctors that say that she was raped. Why do you think? Because your sister is saying that your niece said that you did it. Do you believe that your niece even said that? Do you believe your sister's lying? What do you believe?
I don't know.
You say that your sister's a liar.
Yes.
Yeah. So if she lies to you and you don't trust her, why would you watch her kid?
Because she always told me that she has nobody.
I didn't have anybody.
Okay.
So I wanted to be there for them, and I'd rather
All
it be
right.
family.
Okay, but you came here, took a lie detector
Yes.
test to prove that you didn't do this. Yeah, they took DNA samples, right?
Yes.
From who?
From him, Dalton, and my daughter.
And why are you saying it takes 13 months?
13 months. So I was told by investigators, the investigators told me this, they've already sent it off. It is backlogged, it's done through
13 months?
13 months. And they didn't even send the kid off, which I can show you evidence of the kid if you'd like to see it. But they didn't even send the kid off till a month and 9 days after they got both of the suspects' DNAs.
Okay, so let's meet your husband, Dalton.
First of all, Steve, there's no reason for him to say anything about lying. That's why you can't bring up any lies, because she's not a liar. She's passionate, she's beautiful, she loves her children, and this right here will prove that she's willing to do anything to protect them. I love her, and there's no way I would do anything like this. It's absolutely.
How do you feel that you are one of the suspects in raping your own daughter?
The reason I believe that I'm a suspect is because the advocacy center that did the test, we know now, they coaxed my daughter by using different verbiage and names that she doesn't call me.
Okay.
Like they
Or maybe
said,
there's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
you
and it
don't
could
think
be-
they're trying to pin it on you,
Not
do you?
necessarily, but they did. Now, that part is true. They did lead her. They said, Dad. She's never
Did-
called me Dad. She's called me Daddy
They asked
her whole
if
life.
Dad
But
did
if
this.
she's saying Dad, maybe they're interpreting that as being you.
I understand,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Any chance that you think that your brother-in-law did this?
Given all the evidence that I have, that's the only person. I know that I didn't do it, and the truth be told, me and him were the only suspects. So I can only go off of the information I have, and I do believe that, yes. And I
You
believe my daughter.
Right. Right. I mean, listen, if your daughter's saying you have to put some faith in your daughter. But, I mean, you obviously known Anthony for a while.
Yes.
Do you think he's capable of something like this?
I think,
Anybody is.
yes, I think anybody is. Not only is anybody, but given the nature, yes, I do.
Oh, how about this? They take a picture of you, and they put what you were charged with.
Yes.
But then the charges were dropped.
I actually never even had any charges. They never give me any.
So everybody in your town or wherever you want, they see this and they're thinking, boy, this guy's a creep,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Are these the only two suspects in this case?
The others have been eliminated, yes, sir. The that had her prior may have done it, but I don't understand why they were ruled out as a suspect. So I'm not going to say that there's not a chance, because he's not wrong. I won't lie about that. But they have been immediately ruled out as a suspect. They didn't even take their DNA.
Okay. All right, Anthony, you're up. You took a lie detector test. You're accused of raping your niece. We asked Anthony, have you ever touched your niece for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Have you ever sexually abused your niece? He answered no. Have you ever touched any of Jackie's children for sexual gratification? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Anthony told the truth.
I wanted to hug him, but I stopped myself because I didn't know how he'd feel about that.
But I love them kids with the dearest of my heart. I would never have done that.
I love you.
And I love you.
Is there another lie detector test?
Here we have one more. What's your reaction to your brother-in-law passing?
I'm ecstatic. I would want to believe that that's exactly how things went. It's right now I'm really confused, actually, given the nature of it, but I couldn't want anything more than that right there.
All right, Dalton, you took a lie detector test, and we asked you, have you ever touched your daughter for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. Have you ever sexually abused your daughter? You answered no. Have you ever touched any of Jackie's children for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. The results came back all the same. And they came back that Dalton told the truth.
I'm gonna fix it. We gotta find out who did this to her. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it.
So we need to go. We all three need to go and let them know that they need to go get.
So we can't say their name.
I'm
we
sorry.
can't say names.
He
of people.
did. He did pick
What I'm
him
saying
up.
is, you picked up the kids from people. So I think instead of narrowing this investigation to 2 people, you kind of need to expand the net a little bit.
Well, and I don't understand why I even told him, I don't know how they ruled them out, but I mean, immediately, they had the interview the same day he did.
Well, I'm
And-
just saying, after this airs, maybe they will look back into these people. I know you're saying they're ruling them out, and why they tell you they ruled them out?
They didn't actually give me a reason, and I even can show evidence. I was like, why did you not get his DNA? Because I asked them specifically, did you get so-and-so's DNA? And they were like, no, we ruled them out as a suspect. Well, now I've got the 2 people that I've loved and have been like.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll go back and look at these people and maybe get a DNA sample, because what's not in dispute is what happened to your daughter.
Yes.
That happened, somebody did it, and these 2 men came here and took a lie detector and passed. So I want to know, with him, does he have to stay out in the trailer?
I'm not going to make him. I have to make sure that my kids don't
Well, I
get
mean,
taken.
you don't want to stay out there, do you?
No, he doesn't want to stay out there.
Yeah. You want to be with your wife and kids,
Absolutely.
right?
I miss them more than you could ever even imagine.
Well, listen, I can't imagine. I think any father understands what missing your kids. I want to thank both of you for coming here, proving your innocence.
Thank you.
I hope they get to the bottom of it, and I hope they get the person that did this to your daughter.
Thank you.
Allie texted and emailed me because she desperately wants her husband, Justin, to know that her 2 children belong to him and that she's never been with anyone else in her entire life. And Justin says he wants to give her the chance to prove it. But the crazy thing is, Justin has admitted to cheating on her with more than 50 men. Check this out. Justin, you told your wife that you cheated on her with at least 50 times with men, right?
Yes, sir. Ultimately, I've done a lot of wrong in the relationship, and I just want to come clean about all of my wrongdoings.
When did she discover that you were cheating on her?
I came clean about everything about August of 2024.
Oh, so about 8 months ago?
Yes, sir.
Or less. Exploring your sexuality.
Yes, sir.
But you're married.
Yes, sir.
Does that sound like a good idea?
Ultimately not. I mean, we were 13 and 14 when we first got together, so I never really had that, freedom to explore myself.
Why are you married?
I love my wife and everything she brings to the table. Like, I don't have to do anything.
Come on, man.
No, I'm being serious.
I know you're trying to be serious, but Whose definition is, I love this woman, but I've been with 50 men? Do you have kids?
Yes, sir.
How many kids do you have?
2 kids.
When's the last time you had sex with a man?
About 7, 8 months ago.
So when you confessed, how do you tell your wife? How did that go? Hey, honey, I had sex with 50 men.
So that day, I remember it clearly. She was nagging at me about something and just nagging and nagging and nagging.
Just nagging.
And
I'm gonna get you for that nagging.
I guess in a revengeful state, I did just lay everything out I did on the table and just ultimately
How did she
complain
react
about
to
all my
that?
wrongdoings. She didn't say much, but it was just an emotional day for both of us. Like, she was just crying nonstop. I guess it was a lot for her to take in.
She was devastated by this news.
Yeah.
Had she ever been aware that you were a bisexual man, or?
Yeah, I've always, since the beginning of our relationship, came clean about me questioning my sexuality and being bi-curious.
How many times have you ever cheated with a woman?
None. I respect her in that regard, and I would never do that. I know it sounds funny, but I would never.
I respect her in that regard. How sad is that?
It was pretty sad.
Because
honestly.
sex is sex outside the marriage, whether it's with a woman, whether it's with a man. Now, I'm told you have a secret to tell her. What is it?
So I was kind of reserved in the amount of men that I've actually slept with, so it's more in the range of about 250 men.
How many?
About 250.
250 men.
Yes, sir.
How long you been married?
We've been married about 8 years, but throughout the whole relationship, it's been 12.
So 12 years, 250 men.
Yes.
Do you ever worry about like catching a disease when you're sleeping with this many people?
I have, and I've gotten tested a few times, so ultimately.
A few times?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like, oh my God, I'm putting my wife's life in danger?
I've thought about that, yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're just wiping your feet all over your wife?
So yes, I've done plenty of wrong in the relationship, but ultimately I'm at a point in my life that I want to right all of my wrongs. And
Are you going to stop sleeping with men?
I have, yes, sir.
When, 7 months ago.
Yes, sir.
How are you going to stop, though?
I really just want to focus on our relationship and making the best of it with our kids.
But you wanted her to take a lie detector test, right?
Yeah, well, I wanted her to give her the opportunity.
You wanted
to prove
her
herself.
to prove.
Well, not
that
that.
What?
Not that I wanted her to prove anything. It's just she wanted to prove to me, so I want to
That
give
she's
her the
never
ability.
cheated.
Yes, sir. So I want to give her the ability
Do
to
you
do
doubt
so.
these kids are yours?
I have had some doubts. Yes, sir.
Now, she told my producers that she's dated you since she was 14 years old.
Yes.
She told our producers she's never been with anybody ever, except you.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
In my heart, I believe it. However, she's casted some doubt in my mind about certain things. Like one time I was, I stayed away from her for about 2 weeks. We separated and I was staying at a friend's house. And ultimately, I guess he came on to her in some messages. So she deleted the messages off Messenger. And I found that out through his phone.
Oh, that's terrible. Let's meet Allie. How you doing, Allie?
All right.
Why don't you tell us about your husband?
He's a good man, good father. He creates laughter in any
He
situation.
creates laughter in every situation. How is he as a husband?
He's a good husband.
He's a good husband. He's told you about 50 men, right?
Right.
Isn't 50, like 50 of anything, it would be a lot. If 50 of anything that causes problems in your marriage, if you did it 50 times, that would be a big problem, right?
Right.
And sleeping with a man 50 times in a relationship hurt you, right? Like you didn't know each time it happened. He one day sat you down and said, hey, honey, by the way, I've had sex with 50 different men. And how did that make you feel?
It hurt a lot. I was very disappointed.
Is there anything that he could do that you would say, man, I'm not going to let you treat me like this. I'm out of this marriage?
Yeah, if anything of what we've been going through for the past 12 years continues after this,
Oh, so this is...
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. All right, well, you have something you want to tell your wife?
All right, so you remember how I told you that I've had sexual dealings with about 50 men? Okay, well, I kind of lowballed that number to protect your feelings. It's more so in the range of about 250 men that I've had sexual dealings with.
I just need to know that you're done.
You asked him if he was done after 250 men. When you're married, like, you don't say you get married young. And I understand. We get young couples on the show all the time. And the younger it seems like you get together, you get married, the more likeliness there is to have infidelity. Because you never got a chance to experience other people, other things. And, at some point in your life, sometimes people say, how the hell did I only sleep with this one person, right? But he didn't do that. It wasn't like after 3 or 4 or 5 different partners, he's like, okay, I got to check it out. I realized I love this woman. 250, how do you explain 250? That's not experimenting anymore. That's like, hey, I love this, right?
Right.
Now, you took a lie detector test and a DNA test. Why?
Because he feels that no one can be that good to stay faithful, especially
Because
with...
he knows he can't. So he's transferring his guilt onto you. Because, oh my God, I've been out here doing all this. I'm going to accuse her. And you've never been with anybody else. No. Ever have the desire to be with anybody else?
No. I've thought about, why not get revenge, but that's not who I am.
No. But you see yourself spend the rest of your life with him?
I do, if he can change.
If he can change. Are you happy?
Right now, no.
No, I can't imagine you're happy right now. He doubts that some of these kids, how many kids do you have? 2? He doubts that they're his?
The second one he's let up on because he looks exactly like him. But our daughter looks exactly like me, so he has doubted her more.
But you've never been with any other man?
No.
Have you ever kissed another man?
No.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Only him. All right, so we did some DNA tests and some lie detector. You didn't take a lie detector test, all right? I mean,
about
why?
everything I've done.
Why would you? So, little boy, you took a DNA test, Justin, and the results came back that you are the father of Allie's 7-month-old son. And then we did a DNA result for Allie's daughter. Look at that little cutie patootie. DNA test, Justin, you are the father of Allie's daughter. What, I'm reading these results, but it's kind of like a sham, right? Are we really doing this for him? Because he's insecure what he did to you? I almost hope and pray that you fail. Just for some, some fairness in this situation. I don't think you are. I would like it, though. Allie came here, took a lie detector test. And we asked her, other than your husband, Justin, have you ever had sexual intercourse with any other person in your entire life? What'd you answer?
No.
Other than your husband, Justin, have you ever had physical sexual contact with any other person in your entire life? No. What'd you answer?
No.
No. You want to read them?
Subject told the truth.
Wait. Are you relieved? You're relieved. He's relieved. Stand at the corner of my rug. Sit down for a second. Is this fair? Is this what marriage is? Is this what you dreamed about when you were a little girl?
No.
No. When you're home with those kids, raising them, and he's doing his thing, is that fair?
No.
You've been together, since you were 14 years old. You've never been with anybody else, which is fine, because you found the right person, right?
Yeah, I believe I did.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like he found the right person. Like I said, when you're young, you make mistakes. Everybody has. But you don't make them 250 times. So what happens now?
Things get better, or I'm done.
Can you get by this? Only you'll know. I can't imagine that it's, like I said, when you go to bed, you're thinking about something. You're a mom, so you're thinking about your kids, and you're thinking about a million things, right?
Yeah.
And I go to bed now, and I'm at a different stage of my life, but I think about a million different things. I think about my kids. But one thing I don't go to bed thinking about is who my wife has been with. I don't have to think like that. I don't worry about that, because it didn't happen. We do these cheating stories a lot of time. It's over, and I go, okay, it's not a big, because we do a lot more serious topics on the show.
Yeah.
But this one is one of the most unfair stories I've ever heard. I mean, so completely one-sided. And now he says he's a changed man. I don't know how you can change your sexuality like that. People really don't pick their sexuality, do they? They don't.
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, you are who you are. But if you're happy and you like the results and you think he's going to change and you want to move forward with your marriage, there's your man right there. Take him by the hand and walk off the stage, if that's what you want.
It is what I want.
Then take him. He's yours.
Thank you, Steve.
Nice meeting you.
You too.